What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mike. Y'all know I did a video earlier. I'm coming with another video. Excuse me, I'm about to take a shower in a minute, but I wanted to come to y'all with this video on a real serious topic. Okay, this is about identity theft. So, I have been struggling to find a job. I should have done this video a while ago because I found out about this issue a while ago, what's going on with me. Now, I've been struggling to find a job. And it turns out, we found this out, I might have said this in a previous video, but I didn't elaborate on things. So, we found out some months ago when we first started looking for an apartment, after we found out we had to move. The first apartment that we were looking at, which was the apartment we really wanted because we actually had a little gardening space and were able to put some pots and things outside, and we were even able to put up a little picket fence around the little area or whatever. So we couldn't get that apartment because he had put my name on the lease, and which I was fine with that because I was and still do when he does Amazon, help him out, this and the third or whatever, and I have on Instacart and but we found out from them. They called me one day. I didn't know who it was at first. I'm like, nobody really calls me even when my phone's on. Now, when I was younger, I couldn't get my phone to stop ringing. And I actually liked talking on the phone when I was younger. But as I get older, I just prefer you text me. So, every now and then, if somebody I ain't talked to in a long time, like I talked to my cousin Sylvia, and about 2 months ago, but we talked for a good hour. And I need to call her again, see how she doing. Even though I see her on Facebook, but I need to call her again because that's one of my favorite cousins. Anywho, so the people at the rental office tell me that they can't rent to us because I have DUIs and DWIs on my name. Now, hold on, I'm gonna step away from the camera for 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, without giving my number on the card and stuff or whatever, but this is my ID from Michigan. This is a state ID. I've had a state ID, I mean, this is a current one, of course, but current until my birthday this year. But I've only had a state ID since about the age 14. I haven't had a driver's license. Do I want one? Yes. But one reason I think that I hadn't fully went to get it. I used to be kind of scared to drive because some people that I've been in the car with drive erratic, and it kind of just turned me off. But I always knew that I wanted to learn how to drive. And sad thing, I have an aunt who owns her own driving school. She worked for Simpler Smart Bus for years. And don't mind this, y'all. That's hair dye that got on the shirt, and I just wiped it. It needs to be washed anyway. But she worked for the bus company for a number of years, and then she was attacked on the bus, and she quit that, sued, and won. Then she started working for a guy who had his own driving school business, and she was doing everything. He was doing nothing, and he was getting the bigger bulk of benefits and all that stuff. So she, my auntie is a go-getter. So she just saved, put faith in God, and she owns her own driving school. And if you are from Michigan and you need to somebody to know how to drive, please outsource to Excellence Driving School, which is owned and operated by my auntie Denise Robinson. Please support her. She even has payment plans. A lot of them don't do that. She has, I think it's weekly payment plans. You can pay weekly till it's paid off. So Excellence Driving School, if y'all want to check that out and you live in Michigan. It's based in Livonia, but she's the best. I wouldn't go to Sears nobody. Seriously, I'm not saying it's because my auntie. I mean, that's part of the reason, and I want to throw my family some business. But Excellent Driving School. Now, all that to say, I could have learned how to drive. She was willing to teach me, and family. She wasn't going to charge me. She don't charge family. That's one thing she don't do. She don't charge family. But her rates are, to me, more reasonable than any other place that I've seen or heard that people pay for driving school. And like I said, you don't have to pay it all at once. If you can afford to, fine. But she does have monthly payments or whatever. So anywho, back to this whole, the DUI and DWIs on my name. Now, the only time I've been behind the wheel of a car and actually was in motion, I was, I think, 16, 17 at the time. My sister was over visiting, and she put her car into the garage, and our car was, her car was already in the garage. She was there. I think we were gone somewhere, and we came back, and she was wanted to pull her car, and she asked me to pull the car in. So she's thinking I could do that. There shouldn't be no issue. So I did it, and I got a little heavy on the gas. Went through our brand new $16,000 garage and hit the garage behind us. Went through the alley and hit the garage behind us. Now the man whose garage I hit, he was a really not. He didn't ask my parents for any money because he knew accidents happen. He wasn't mad. This man was really, really nice. It was our neighbor from the street over on Promenade Street. I don't think he lives there anymore. He might, I'm not sure. But I don't live in Michigan anymore, so I really wouldn't know. But this man was so nice. So now they tell me I have DUI and DWIs on my name. 1, I'm a person who likes to drink. 2, even when I start driving, I would prefer to have a friend or somebody that I know that's not going to be drinking to go, just in case I get a little bit inebriated and they can say, hey, no, I'm taking your keys, I'm driving. I had a friend like that. My best friend Naomi was that person at one point in time, but now, she drinks now. So if like me and her was to go out, we would need a designated driver, or we would Uber it, whatever, just to do the thing responsibly. This just go to show y'all that even if I had a license, I wouldn't be drinking and driving, because I know it ruins lives, and it can also end lives. And that's not a good thing. So that's not even in my character. If I've had too much to drink and I'm on my own 2 feet, I go sit down and keep it sitting down. I don't get up and be trying to do the most and none of that. That's not me. Now, another funny thing is this has happened in Virginia. I've never been to Virginia. I only know one person in Virginia. This is a former friend of mine. But he don't know any of my information or anything like that to be able to do anything like this to me. And he's from Detroit, so I know him from Detroit. And this is somebody that I met via the internet, but come to find out, he was cousins to one of my good friends for years. Her youngest sister's people. Cousins. I'm like, I just happened to be on his page one day, and I'm like, how you know LaShonda Washington? He like, that's my cousin. I'm like, she like family. I grew up with her. She used to date such and such, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, I know them too. I'm like, yeah. So we was like family, but me and him don't talk no more. It was over something stupid. He kind of got smart with my auntie, and I just was like, come on, dude, that's my auntie. And he felt some type of way. But anywho, so this stuff in Virginia, in which he can't even drive right now. So I know for a fact it's not him, because he can't even drive right now, because he will be driving on a suspended license, and he's trying to get that worked on. As a matter of fact, when we were talking, the last time that I spoken with him, he was talking about how he was trying to get that fixed, but he was waiting. He was waiting to start work, because the money that he had coming in, he was giving to his brother. He was staying with his brother, giving to his brother for rent. So I know it wasn't him. And even though we not talking, I believe that this year we're gonna be back talking. We're gonna, mend fences and extend the olive branches or whatever. But so I know it's not him, and then he not that type of person anyway. I've known him for years. Like I said, we met on the internet, but after finding out who we knew, like we had been talking for, I want to say 10, 11 years. So I know him for a long time, and that's just not in his character to do anything like that. So it leads me to think like, who the hell in Virginia? Well, one, my name is common, 'cause my name is Michael Miller. My name is very common. So it's like, what the hell? Now, I've been through West Virginia. I never stopped in West Virginia, but it wasn't in West Virginia. It was in Virginia. Like I've been through a few states, and I haven't been many places in my life. I've been to Canada. I've been to Tampa, Florida. I've been to Sandusky, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, Chicago, South Carolina, and Savannah. So I've been to 7 places in my life. I'm trying to make sure that's it. Yeah, because I haven't been a lot of places. My daddy didn't like to travel. I mean, they went on trips and so it seemed like they did a lot before I was born. But so just to go show you, I've only been 7 places, and I've rode through a few places getting to those other places. But like if we stopped, it was just like at a gas station or something, and I was with other people. I wasn't driving because I can't drive. You want to go on a road trip with me? I hope you can drive, because if you trust me to get behind the wheel, it ain't happening. We're gonna end up in somebody's ditch somewhere. So these DUIs and DWIs in my name, it's like really stressing me out, because like I want to work more than people want me to work. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah. What's wrong? Sit out. Sorry, y'all. My dog in there going through whatever she's going through, but I need her to knock that off, because that's irritating. Sierra! Sierra! Cut it out. I don't know what the hell is going on with her. I think I need to give her a bath. And she needs another flea treatment. We just gave her one. She needs another one, but she can't get it for another, well, it's a little less than 30 days now, for probably another 26 days. Anywho. So, where was I at? Because she threw me all off. Yeah, these DUIs and DWIs in my name, it's like throwing me off. Like I said, my name is common as hell. There's a lot of Michael Millers in the world. If you look it on Facebook, I'm not going to tell everybody my Facebook name, but if you friends with me and you are on my Facebook page, then you know my full Facebook name. But I don't need everybody outsourcing my Facebook page. Anywho, but if you look up Michael Millers, it's over 500. So when the lady from the apartment told me this, I explained the story to her, and then I said, I don't know how that's possible. I ain't never even been in Virginia. So she was like, you and Ryan come in and we'll talk, and I'll get you, some documents printed out or whatever, so you can dispute this. And she said, but right now we can't rent to you. But if you dispute it and you come back, then we'll be able to. So I'm trying to dispute it now. I have to send them this document back so that they can send me the actual criminal report. Excuse me, y'all. But my whole thing is like, this, for somebody, how's it tagged to my social security number? Like, okay, one thing I get, okay, my name, because it's very common. I should be the only person in the world with my social security number. Shouldn't nobody else have my social security number? There's one person who has my social security card, and that's because I asked them to put it up, and I forgot that I asked them to put it up, because when I got hired in at Bath and Body Works in Georgia, I was looking for my social security card, and I thought somebody stole it. Then I ordered one, and I was after they had to let me go at Bath and Body Works because I didn't have it yet. I was telling this particular friend about it, and she was like, I wish you had called me. She was like, your thing been in my those little folded things with the little band that keep it closed and have all the mini pockets in it. She was like, it's been in there since we needed to get you a copy for what you needed it for. I'm like, I forgot all about that. She was like, yeah, it's been in there and ain't been touched or moved. She's like, I don't play with Social Security numbers and stuff like that. She's like, it's been in there. It's still in there. It's like, if you need that, if something happens to the one that you received in the mail, I got you. You don't have to call them. It don't have to be a strike against you. So I still have up to 8 that I can get from the Social Security office. And this particular friend, I have been friends with for years. She used to date. She dated one of my neighbors for years. They have a child together. Excuse me. If ever she needed me to do anything for her, she would ask. She's not the type to go out and do dirty or nothing like that. This is a friend, like, I've helped her out before with some things she needed some help out on, and that's just the type of friends we are. But if she was to ever need something, she wouldn't do it now because I don't live there. But if she needs something, she would be like, hey, bro, because she's like my sister. She'd be like, hey, bro, can you such and such for me until I can, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. Don't need to get into all that, but I'm just trying to give you all a little synopsis. So, before moving to South Carolina, I was in Detroit, Michigan, where I was born and raised. I was there up until the age of 33. Went to South Carolina, went on a road trip with my niece to help her out with her baby. My sister didn't want her traveling alone with her baby. And I was supposed to go back to Michigan, but my sister and her husband, about 2 weeks in, were like, we want to offer you to stay. We just need you to find a job, which I was looking for one in Michigan. I'm always looking for employment. I like working. I don't like just sitting around. It's fine for a couple of days, maybe even a week. I'll even give you 2 weeks. But after that, you start going stir crazy. You can only surf Facebook and the web and do all that shit so much. Although I do love Facebook and watching YouTube. Facebook and YouTube are like drugs to me. So if people say, are you addicted to anything? Yes, Facebook and YouTube. And Twitter. Instagram, not so much. I used to be about Twitter, but I love Twitter now. Instagram, I'm kind of just But anywho, so that just goes to show you, I've visited places, but I've lived in Michigan for the majority of my life. Went to South Carolina. I was in South Carolina for a few months. My brother came from Michigan down to South Carolina. He was in South Carolina for about a month. Then we moved to Georgia, which I was still working. I was working at Kroger at the time. Moved to Georgia because my sister friends owned homes in Georgia. They were renting us a house in Georgia. So my sister was coming from her full-time salon job to pick us up from Savannah to take us to Hilton Head, which was 2 hours there. An hour for her to come get us, in an hour to Hilton Head. So it ended up being 4 hours a day. Her going back and forth, picking us up and all that good stuff, whatever. So, and I got in Kroger. They didn't have to do a background check or anything like that on me then, because I got in on the recommendation of her praise and worship leader, which I'm grateful for that. Thank you, because I've been wondering where I don't like not having a job. Some people actually like sitting around being lazy. I'm not one of them. I might look lackadaisical and look stress-free sometimes, but in the end, I try not to stress, because I know that can lead to further health issues. Like debilitating health issues, depression and stuff like that. So I try not to get too down about it, but it does affect me. And so, so I was in South Carolina for maybe 2.5 months. Then it was Savannah. Living wise, those are the only places I live. Now in Michigan, I wasn't always in Detroit. I was in Detroit 99% of my life, but I did stay in East Point with my former best friend. And even when she stayed in Warren, it was times where I was at her house for a month or two at a time. That's what my mom was doing, but that was just because, we best friends, and she like, why don't you come over and stay a while? Okay, cool. My mama, she missed me, of course, and she called me incessantly, like, you just don't call your mama, you don't miss your mama. I'm like, I miss you, but we see each other all the time. You know where I'm at. You could come over here and visit and sit. Which she would do a few times. She would come bring groceries over there, all types of stuff. So that just goes to show you I've lived in 3 places technically. Well, 4. if you include East Point when I stayed with my former best friend. So, Detroit, East Point, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia. Not going to say we're in South Carolina because y'all don't even know where my sister exactly lives in South Carolina. So, have y'all heard me mention me living in Virginia, staying in Virginia? And I said I passed through West Virginia. I've never been through Virginia. I only know one person that lives there, and they only moved there recently because things went bad for them in Atlanta. You know, they fell on some hard time. Or was it Texas? Was he in Texas at the time? Might have been in Texas at the time. Things in Texas started going a little bad for me. He needed a little help, and his brother was like, well, you can come stay with me. So, have you heard me say anything about me living in Virginia? No. Have you heard me say anything about going through Virginia ever? No. I know one person from Virginia. Even though we're not talking, I know the type of person he is, and he not cut like that. Like, whether we talking or not, he wouldn't do no shit like that. You know, we just at a little stumbling block in our friendship, which I'm hoping that we can mend that because he is a great friend. So, with that said, I want y'all to comment down below. Have you ever been through something like this? What were steps that you took to overcome this? Because this is really hindering me. It comes to a point where since we live in this apartment, Sugar Bear has had to call his parents for money for rent. And sorry, y'all, I thought I heard something. And it kind of looks bad on me because it's like I'm not working. And, you know, I know his father especially is thinking like, well, what is he doing? I'm trying to find a job. I'm always applying. I'm hoping that somebody's just like, you know, let's get this young man in here, give him an interview, and let's find out what's really good. That's what I'm hoping. Like the other day, you know, we did that Bath and Body Works haul. We don't have a lot of money, but he does like to do stuff for me. And, you know, Bath and Body Works is a store that if I could shop there every week, I would. But a lot of times I will wait for the sale, the semi-annual sales to come on. And I was totally fine with doing that because I knew he didn't have a lot of money. And he was like, okay. He gave me a certain amount to spend. I went over that a little bit just because the Night Blooming Jasmine was not 75% off. It was only 50% off. But now it's 60% off, and it's only $3.95 instead of $7.25. I'm a little upset about that, but yeah. So, you know, yeah, we've had to reach out to them. I think there's a cat in there doing something. One of the cats doing something. But yeah, and it looks negative on me, but I know this year is going to be better. It's got to be, because it's like it's in the episode of Good Times. When Florida's cousin, who, you know, had money and was well-to-do, was living in a penthouse, and he fell to the basement, and the husband, James, said something. This stuck with me, and this is just from a TV show, but this stuck with me. He said, you know what? There's one thing about living in the basement. If you fall, it's a much shorter drop than being in the penthouse and going to the basement. Now, I know somebody who, it wasn't literally a penthouse, but the apartment was so big, you might as well call it a penthouse. I love this apartment. It's one of my uncles. I'm not going to put him out there like that, but, you know, it came to a point where, you know, him and his wife, they had to make the decision to let it go. They couldn't do it anymore. And they lived with us, which is fine because that's my favorite auntie and my uncle. I'm not saying everything was always perfect, but that's my favorite auntie and my uncle, and they needed a place to stay. Yeah, definitely. And to this day, if they ever need me, and there's a lot of people that may say stuff about them, but you know, they did a lot for me. They did, you know, they didn't like overabundantly do anything, but it was times where, you know, I needed some things and they came through. Like when I first started working at Walmart, you know, I just needed like some bus fare here and there, and I needed a couple rides. My uncle, he did that. So regardless of what anybody say, I can always thank them for that. But anywho, I'm kind of doing ranting right now. But y'all, seriously, if you've ever been in this situation, what did you do? What were steps that you took? You know, How long did it take for you to get out of this? Because I know it's a lot of people out here that deal with identity theft. And as a couple things arise when my mama was living, but when she was living, we had LifeLock. She had me on her LifeLock account. So if anything came up, LifeLock was like, and they would either call us and or send us something and be like, hey, this came up, it looks suspicious, what's going on? That's another thing. If y'all are looking for something like I know LifeLock can help with things like that, but with my situation, I need to get the criminal report and all that stuff first or whatever. And when I start working, I think I'm going to, I'm going to sign up for LifeLock, because their service is amazing. Like, my mama, it was cheap, and I don't even think they charged her extra to put me on there, just because I was her child, and I was still living in her household at the time. So I don't even think they charged for her to put me on to her account or whatever. So anywho, LifeLock is great for that, and I'm going to sign up for them once I'm working and this is all sorted out, so that I can get it back on track. And one thing I'm looking into is maybe possibly trying to get another social security number, because like I said, other stuff has come up that wasn't me. I done had bills come up in my name that weren't me, like cable bills. Now, I've had cable before. I'm not saying that I don't owe Comcast, but I do owe Comcast. But this was a bill that I created. It wasn't one that just came up out thin air and they're telling me something. You owe Comcast. I owe them for what? Something I didn't do. I know one bill that is my problem with them, and I owe them for internet right now, but it's only $26, and that's the only reason why it's that high, because I'm on the that special internet essential thing. We owe for the equipment for them sending us to do it ourselves, and this month's bill. So it came up $26 and like a penny, which that's gonna get taken care of today. But anywho, you guys, comment down below if you've been through this situation, and things that you did or how you handled it, because it would be greatly appreciated, because I could sure use some information. Like, I'm hearing things here and there, but I really need some people that have been through it. I've heard people just say that they heard, oh, you could do this, but I need like real testimony on people who have gone through this, and what were the steps that you took to fix it, how long did it take, and yeah, that is greatly appreciated. So if you don't comment on no video, please comment on this one and let me know your stories. Alright, now y'all, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anyone and everyone you know, because somebody out there may be going through it and may be able to help me, or just even me explaining what I'm going through could possibly help them. You never know. So, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anyone and everyone you know. Turn on your post notification bell so you can know every time that we post. And I'm going to say it, because I keep saying it. We're trying to make something happen on this channel. I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Because the good Lord says, and the good book says, if you speak it, it shall be so. With that, y'all, I'm going to say deuces. So I'm about to hop in the shower right quick. Deuces.